Alright, so what's up guys and welcome. Alright, so what's up guys, coming back to you again with another Q&A video. So answering all your questions that you've been sending in on my social links, Snapchat and Instagram. So if you're not following me on there, you can go do that right now. Follow me on my Snapchat and Instagram, both is on your screen and also in the link in the description below. But I'm going to just select a few of the questions and answer them in today's video. And you know, like I said, as always, just try and answer them the best I can. So without further ado, let's get straight to the video and answer some questions. Alright, so the first question comes from Brandon and it's when would I come into school for the talk? Now I think he's referring to way back when I done a video about me going into my secondary school to have a chat with a group of children about fitness, health, training, workouts, supplements, food, overall just fitness and nutrition. Now that all went out the window just purely because I didn't have the time on my schedule to go into the school. You know, the days that they wanted me to come in, I was busy. The days that I was available, they couldn't like bring me in. So we just kind of put it on hold, and then after a while we just kind of forgot about it. But for you guys that are interested and are at Ravensbourne School, we are in the middle of talks at the moment about rearranging this and getting this sorted out. So for Brandon, answering that question, we will hopefully get that sorted very soon. So the next question comes from Angel and it's how do you keep motivated in the gym? Now, if you're referring to while I'm in the gym, how do I keep motivated? Once I'm in the gym and I'm lifting the weights, there's nothing that's going to stop me from being motivated. I'm already in there, you know, I'm in my zone, I've got my headphones on, I've got my hood up, I'm already motivated. Now, if you're somebody that lacks motivation while you're in the gym, maybe training isn't your sport, because once you're in the gym, once you're lifting the weights or doing whatever exercise or program that you're doing, that should be motivation enough for you. But to give you an example of how to keep more motivated is just remember your why you're in the gym. You know, just tell it over again and again in your head. You know, just say, why am I in here? Why am I lifting this weight? Why am I on the cardio to lose fat? Wherever it is your goal is that you're trying to achieve, just repeat over and over again in your head, what is my why? Why am I here? You know, if you keep doing that, you remind yourself of your goal and your targets that you're trying to achieve, and that should help you keep motivated while you're in your gym session. But other than that, like I said just a minute ago, when you're in the gym, that should just be motivation enough. You know, it's more so how to get motivated to go to the gym, and that could be the same answers like I just said. Just keep repeating to yourself your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to go to the gym? Why do you want to work out? Why do you want to grow muscle or lose fat? Wherever it is that you're trying to achieve, why do you want to achieve that? And that should be motivation enough to get yourself into the gym or to keep you going through your workout. Alright, so the next question kind of relates to the last one, and it's from Charlie, and it is how do you stay motivated when you plateau? So I'm probably guessing that you're saying like when your strength plateaus, you're just not growing, you don't see any more results, how do you carry on staying motivated to carry on pushing? It's kind of like the same answer. I just always repeat my why, and then I'll find a solution of how to break this plateau. So if it's training, you know, and for me, I like to do progressive overload. So I'll probably try and change something up with my training to break this plateau, with maybe doing a few supersets and drop sets, giant sets, things like that, just to do something a little bit different to shock my muscle, to break through that plateau. If it's just with nutrition, I'll change something up. So, you know, if I'm trying to put myself into a calorie surplus, I maybe cut back on my food. Sometimes if you cut back on your food, what happens is this is just going to help you increase your appetite. Also, maybe doing a few extra cardio sessions, this is going to help increase your appetite, to push your food a little bit higher, to put yourself further into a calorie surplus, to make yourself grow even further. But to keep motivated, again, I will just always remind myself the why I'm doing this. Why am I trying to diet down? Why am I trying to build muscle? And that is my motivation to break through my plateaus and to keep pushing me through my workouts. Alright, so the next question comes from Kevin, and it's what would you do on your rest days regarding with your food? A lot of people on their rest days, they tend to cut their calories down, mainly from carbohydrates, because they're not expending as much energy as they would be on their training days. Now this can be a good principle to use, but sometimes, especially in the off season, it's a good idea to keep your calories where they are as the same as your training days, or if anything, maybe increase your calories, because your rest day is the most important point. This is where you're allowing your body to recover, you're allowing your body to grow. So as much as you need to sleep and repair the muscles, you need to keep that nutrition 100%. So you need to feed your body with some good nutrition, with carbohydrates and proteins to allow the muscle to repair to 100%. So when you go back into your next workout, you're not going to be fatigued, you're not going to have any DOMs, and you're going to have, you know, your strength levels at 100%, ready to go beat up those weights again and give it everything you got. If you cut back on your calories, sometimes you can go back into your workouts and feel a little bit fatigued, or your weight could dip, your strength could dip, and you could end up going backwards instead of going forward. So sometimes it's kind of a good thing to do, keeping your calories at the same, or even pushing your calories a little bit higher on your rest days. But like I said, we're trying to allow the body to repair and recover so we can go back into our next workout fully recharged. Alright, so the next question, and it's another one from Charlie, and that is, what is my biggest fear in life? The biggest fear for most people, and especially me, is the fear of losing. I hate the fear of losing, and this isn't just at sports, it's a fear of losing in life. You know, whether it's, you know, trying to be successful with your job, you know, trying to make your family proud, trying to make yourself a better person, and not achieving that and losing. That is a big fear that nobody ever wants to experience. Nobody ever wants to lose, whatever it is. And like I said, this can go to everything, you know, with bodybuilding. When you go into competitions, you always want to finish first place. Nobody wants to finish second. Nobody goes into prep to train for second place. Everyone trains for first place because nobody wants to lose, and that is a big fear for most people. People hate losing when they play video games. People hate losing when they play football in their local park. You know, whatever sports it is, nobody ever wants to lose, and I feel personally everyone's biggest fear is losing. Maybe not a fear, but it's just something that nobody likes to experience. Nobody likes that feeling of coming second place or losing and not winning. And personally, that is my biggest fear. And I said that goes for with life as well. That is my biggest fear. Right, so the next question comes from John, and I actually answered this question the other day on my Instagram, but I'm going to answer again for you guys that probably missed that out. And it is, when is the best time to do cardio? Now, in my opinion, there is no exact best time to do cardio. As long as you get your cardio done within the day, depending on how long you have to do, if it's 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, as long as you get it done, that is all that matters. But for the most benefits out of your cardio, it is when you're in a depleted state. So this is going to be first thing in the morning or post-workout after your weight training. So first thing in the morning, you've depleted your glycogen stores, you're on an empty stomach. This is probably one of the most beneficial times to do your cardio, or the same as after your weights. After you've done your weight training session, you've depleted your glycogen stores, and again, this is probably a more beneficial time to do your cardio. But other than that, if you can't do fasted cardio in the morning, or you can't get your cardio in after your workout because you've got to get straight home and do other things, whenever you can fit in, that is all that matters. The benefits are not going to be that much greater by doing it in a fasted or post-workout state than doing it just overall within your day. So personally, the answer to that question is there is no optimal time to do it. The better time to do it is fasted or post-workout. Alright, so the next question comes from Aaron, and it is, when's the best time to have a cheat meal? In regards to dieting, if you're in a prep, I don't believe in cheat meals unless you are ridiculously shredded and you are show ready within a week before your actual show is. That's when I'll then say maybe you can start adding some cheat meals with some burgers and fries and things like that. But unless you're absolutely shredded to the bone and you look like you're inside out, I don't believe in cheat meals on a prep. I would say more likely to do a refeed. So what we do is you'll stick to the same carbohydrates that you're already intaking in your prep, but you'll just add some more volume to those meals. So for example, if you have 50 grams of carbohydrates from oats as your breakfast, I'll probably boost it up to 100 grams, and then probably a few other meals throughout the day, mainly from carbohydrates. But I would never say cheat meals are a good thing to use in a prep. In the off season, I would say cheat meals can be done, but then again, it depends on your metabolism. If you have a ridiculously fast metabolism, in the off season, you could have a cheat meal every single day. But when I say cheat meals, I don't necessarily mean burgers and pizzas and things like that every single day. This could be sushi, it could be home cooked meals where you have, you know, maybe a chicken curry with the added naan bread or some pita bread or something like that. So keeping the food still pretty clean, but you're having some sauces and a little bit more volume. Like I say, I always opt for things like sushi. Something like that is probably the best cheat meal to have in the off season. I wouldn't say to have burgers and pizzas every single day, because in the long run you're just going to gain fat and it's just not going to be beneficial for you. If you are somebody that has a slower metabolism, I say you probably want to have cheat meals maybe once to twice a week, or maybe just like I said, have some sort of home cooked meals. That's what I'm currently doing, but I'll have twice a week, I'll have some sort of home cooked meal. But overall cheat meals, yeah, are more likely swing to refeeds than cheat meals. Alright, so the next question comes from Kelly, and it is, what is the best fat burner out there? If you're talking about fat burners from supplements or drugs, I would say the best fat burner out there is clenbuterol. Clenbuterol is the best fat burner to use by far, and I would probably say to start somewhere with 20 mcg twice a day as a starting point, and then gradually increase from there. But if you're talking about just a supplement, there's many different fat burners on the market. Personally, and most of my loyal subscribers will know, I don't agree with fat burners. I don't really feel like they're the best things to use. I don't really feel like they're gonna give you anything. I feel like they're just a waste of money. The best fat burner is just your nutrition and your energy expenditure. So just keeping your body active, keeping your body moving, training, cardio, daily activities, and just having a good diet where you put your body into a calorie deficit, that is probably the best supplement for a fat burner. Actual fat burner supplements, I just personally think they're a waste of money. But if you're ever going to have to use anything, if you're talking drug enhancements or supplements, Clen is your best fat burner for optimal fat burning. Alright, so the next question comes from CJ, and it is, did I cut any water and sodium the last week of my show? Now, if you guys have not seen the prep series, I pretty much showed you guys everything that I did during my prep series with my nutrition, my supplements and workouts and everything. So if you haven't seen that video, CJ or anyone else, you can go check that out. What I'll do is I'll leave the link in the description below, and you can find out what I did the last week of the show. But to knuckle it down in a nutshell, no, I didn't cut no water and I didn't cut no sodium. I kept everything exactly the same as what I've been doing throughout the whole prep. The only changes that I did was on the day of the show, I cut my water down to 1 litre, whereas the day before I was having around about 4 to 5 litres, and the whole week leading up to the show I kept it around about 4 to 5 litres every single day, and sodium was consistent on every single meal. But the day of the show I cut my water down to 1 litre, and that is all I did. But pretty much what you want to do is just keep everything exactly the same as what you've been doing throughout the whole prep. There's no need to make any dramatic changes by water depleting or sodium depleting or anything like that. Keep everything consistent and keep everything exactly the same. Alright, so the next question comes from Darren, and it is, what do I think of cheat meals every single day in the off season? Now, we all know the off season, we're here to grow. I've kind of already answered this in the previous question, but I'm going to answer it again. Off season, we're here to grow. We need to put our body into a calorie surplus. We need to try and cram as many calories in as we can. But it comes down to the individual and what their metabolism is like. So if you're somebody that has a crazy fast metabolism, then you can get away with having a cheat meal every single day. If you're somebody that has a slower metabolism, then maybe you need to have 1 to 2 cheat meals a week. I would always suggest, don't always just have pizza and burgers and junk food as your cheat meal. Try and opt for good nutrition meals that's still going to give you what your body needs with the macronutrients and the micronutrients. It's going to make you feel more satisfied. It's going to make you feel a lot better overall with your health and within your performance in your next workout. But at the same time, you're still going to get that satisfaction of enjoying some good food. So opt for something like sushi or home cooked meals. So you're still having some good carbohydrates and some good protein sources, but you're having that little bit of extra treats with maybe chugging in a naan bread here or there, a pita bread, some garlic breads, some sauces on your meals, shepherd pie, lasagna, a curry, things like this, macaroni and cheese, different foods like that. That's going to be a little bit more beneficial to you and your performance in your gym and actually with your growth on your off season than it is going to be eating a pizza and a burger every single day. Alright, so I'm going to wrap up this Q&A video with one more question, and it is from Alex, and he said, do you think it's okay to come off cycle for a short period of time or stay on all year round? Now personally, in my opinion, I feel like there's a 2-part answer to this question, and anybody that's asked me this question, I would always say to them, where do you see yourself in this sport? Do you see yourself doing it for a long duration, or do you see yourself doing it for a short period of time? Now, if you're somebody that says, I only want to do this for a short period of time, just for a bit of experience and a bit of fun, then by all means, I would say stick on some sort of cycle all year round, because you're only going to be doing it for a short period of time. You're just doing it for a bit of experience. And you know, a lot of people like to call it a blast and a cruise, where you'll go for a heavy blast with some anabolic steroids, and then you'll do a little cruise with a low dose of test over a period of time, and then you'll blast again. But if you're looking to do this for a long period of time, you know, you want to be like an athlete, say for example Dexter Jackson, and be in this sport, in this industry for a long period of time, I feel like you're going to benefit a lot more if you come off your cycle in a short period of time to clean out the body, allow everything to recover. And I feel like you're going to feel a lot more refreshed and a lot better when you go on to your next heavy blasting cycle. So in the long duration, that yes, I personally believe coming off cycle for a short period of time, this could be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. Some people even go up to 8 weeks, but I would keep it around about 4 to 6 weeks, where you come off absolutely everything. You don't even run a low dose of test. You completely come off of everything, and you allow your body just to completely flush everything out, recover, repair, feel refreshed, and then go back onto your off-season cycle or whatever it is. If you're looking to just do it for a short period of time, then you know, by all means do a cruise stage, then go on to blast, and then back onto a cruise, and then maybe finish it off with some sort of PCT. But in my opinion, it depends on what you want to do, if you want to do it for a short period of time or a long period of time. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay guys, so that is pretty much it for the question and answer video today. As always, I do apologise if I didn't answer your question, but keep sending them in by following me on my Instagram and Snapchat. Look out for that post of the Q&A videos, and then send in your questions, and hopefully you'll get answered on the next video. You can also drop some comments down below on this one, and I'll chuck it into the next video. Stick around by subscribing for looking for more content on 4 days of eating, day in life, supplement reviews, you know, all sorts of different things with the off season and my pre-contest series. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, stay safe and make it happen. Peace.
Keep chasing shadows.